or 60E as I refer to it.
26 number of cases on deal or no deal.
Good evening, and welcome to Quiz Night, and welcome to Redacted. R.I.P. Arun. Well, he's a bit of a serial writer of this game, it must be said. So I feel it's rather apt that he's up on the board there as a serial writer of this game. Have I died? Not yet. Maybe, though. You're on the run. But welcome on in. I hope you're all doing well this wonderful Friday evening of Quiz Night. And welcome on in to Redacted. What was I about to lead into? I have no idea. My train of thought has been completely wrecked. Yeah, half hoping for a question on Gene Hackman. Probably not in Here Not a Cat. We tend to steer away from death and things like that in question packs. We try and focus on the focus on life and focus on livelihood and things like that. But RIP my train of thought. Yeah, very much so. Choo choo. There you go. There's the train of thought coming back in again from OpenTTD. No, a completely different rail there. See also Royal Street yesterday. Indeed, Ralph. Yes. You wrote the pack. That's not happening. Says Arun. Yes. So, where was my train of thought? I don't know where my train of thought is at all. Brain, can we work tonight, please? Apparently not. No. Hello, good evening, welcome. Yes, I already kind of said that, Proogs. Yes, but I could go back to play OpenTTD. I could do that. But hey, while I try and figure out where I am going with all of this shit, let's open up a lobby, shall we? To play this game, you will need to play in Twitch chat. You will need to send your messages to Quizbot3000 as a whisper. Yeah, I still haven't updated that. Though I have updated the end game scoring system, which I can talk about in the lobby when we get there. So lobby incoming is this SWBU. If you'd like to play tonight's edition of Redacted, written by Arun Aromatics, written very swiftly by Arun Aromatics, it must be said. Thank you very much for the very, very swift write of this.
Cheer 100 Ash, do I need to break into the alligators in a vest joke to kill time? I can do that.
No, I think we're good. Puzzle Dan. Thank you for the 100 bits, though. Yeah, I don't know if he was threatening. I don't quite know, Oni. From that, I'm very confused. Can you play? No, because he wrote the questions, Arun. I mean, you can play and not score a damn thing, but no, you don't play. It makes marking more complicated for this game. You know how hard it is for me to mark in this game. But thank you for the Swift rights for this pack for tonight, and thank you to Poker for doing a Swift proofing job of it as well last night. The night before, actually, should I say? While it was morning time in Australia land, it sort of makes perfect sense, because then it leads into morning time in the UK with it all sort of proofed and ready to go. So yeah, kind of worked out in that favour. But this has been all made up ready for tonight. Now, yes, the thing that I have alluded to for the final round, the bonus round, Super Redacted, yeah, that has had a little bit of a change on the scoring system, and I'm hoping that it works. Where is my ladder gone? Oh, for goodness sake. I put numbers in here. I worked out a ladder. I put numbers in Unity, and it's not there. Right, time to work the numbers out again. Start a new spreadsheet. Now I need to remember what my target number was. It was something like that. And it's that by that. So I had a formula for it and everything, and then I had to manually round things. Oh god. Well, this will fill some time, I suppose. This will definitely fill some time. So that was that value. Yeah, that was that value. That was probably that value. That was that? That doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right at all. Oh, God. Oh, I don't like this now. That was that, and that was that. I know that was kind of like that. That was like that. Making up a money ladder on the spot. Here we go. That looks more like it. That looks alright. That probably looks okay. Yes. That looks okay, I think. I think those numbers look fine. Yeah, probably that. I mean, I'll have to put those in a moment. Theft of a ladder, yeah. I put some numbers into it earlier on. Oh, that must have been when Unity crashed. Yeah, I remember Unity crashed at one point. Had I not saved, clearly I hadn't saved. So yeah, I've had to work out the numbers again. So this is coming off of an idea from BC and David, who said instead of it being a linear scale for the player in the hot seat, it should be more like an exponential scale or a power curve. So you've got a sort of a money ladder, a bit like you would have on the Wonderwall in Winning Lines. David suggested maybe not a doubling up, but maybe a times 1.5. I plugged 1.5 in with a theoretical sort of maximum upper prize of like 1 million dukes. And if I kept dividing by 1.5 as I went down from prize level, ended up being like the first couple of blanks being revealed were worth nothing in the grand scheme of things, like, hundreds of dukes. So I've kind of went a bit shallower than that. So it's a 1.3 curve, which means the first one you reveal is, well, if you follow the 1.3 curve all the way down, it's 6,840 dukes for the first blank revealed. But I rounded that down to 5,000 as a nice round number. 5,000, 7,500, 10,000, and then increasing up from there. But yeah, if you can get up to 20 blanks revealed and bail it out, you can be winning 1 million dukes tonight. Whereas previously you would have only won 200,000 because it would have been 10,000 per blank. So yeah, 1 million dukes on offer in Super Redacted if you dare to reveal 20 blanks. As a sort of a similarity, 200,000 on this new ladder would be blank 13. So 13 out of 20 blanks revealed would get you to 200,000, whereas before it would have been 20 blanks. So it technically pays out better, but to get there, it takes longer to sort of build it up. Case in point, you need to reveal 3 blanks to get up to 10,000. Before, you only need to reveal 1 blank for that. So you have to build up and build up as you go along. 100,000 is at 11 blanks in. So kind of along the same line as where it was before, where it was 10 blanks for 100,000. So it has the same kind of midpoint, but just the maximum is a much bigger prize, and it also curves up further and further. And also, additional thing I added to it is if the hot seat player fails to bail out in time, then everyone that got it right in the audience side of things will take a split of what is currently potentially on offer. So you could be taking a split of 1 million doots in the audience side of things. There is a minimum guarantee of 10,000 each. I think that's what I've got it set to. Minimum guarantee of 10,000 each if you can defeat the hot seat player, but a split of up to 1 million doots if you can defeat the hot seat player and get to the 30% or more requirement for that. So yeah, a bit like the mob steal, yeah. This one is not through Hackbox BBQ. No, you will have to play through Twitch chat, enter with the room code SWBU into public chat, and then after that you shall be answering through whispers to Quizbot 3000. So yeah, it is showing more for a higher score, very much so. It's kind of risk on both sides with that as well. 30% is the sort of the threshold, Aaron. This is sort of going to be the first time playing with both of those metrics in play, so we'll see what the meta does, I suppose, because we're all not particularly familiar how it's going to go. Especially with a ramping hot seat curve. In fact, let me make sure I have those numbers plugged in, otherwise Unity will very much complain at me if it's not. So let me plug those numbers into the ladder right now. That's a big number for that step. 15,000, 20,000, 25,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 75,000, 100,000, 125,000, 150,000, 200,000, 250,000, 300,000, 400,000, 500,000, 750,000, 1 million. There we go, that is in the ladder right now. Does this ramp up faster than... Not faster, no. The thing with the 1 versus 100 ladder is it starts out lower, but does get faster, if that makes sense. So you get 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. This one goes 5,000, 7,500, 10,000. Starts out more linear, and once it gets to the end, it's a bit closer as well, because you get 500,000, 750,000, 1 million. There's no doubling up values at the end there. So, I suppose one way you could look at it is, once you've got to 750,000, it's only another 250,000 on top for the maximum prize, and you've already got 750,000. So it might not be worth getting the extra blank in that case. But if you want the extra 250,000, then go for it. So yeah, it does increase over time, generally speaking. Like the entire curve is a 1.3x curve. I've just smoothed out the numbers a bit to make them look a bit more kind of mentally capable, I suppose. Up to 20 blanks, not a cat, for the numbers. If we do end up revealing more than that, it's going to break. But I could easily update the array to add more millions, I suppose. I could certainly do that. Right. Oh, also, Opsy, I hope you have joined the right lobby, yes. There will need to be that on-screen Silent Marine, yeah, but I'll have to call out the scores right now, because I haven't done that just yet. Feel like winning the full million requires some sort of diplomatic relation. Oh, God. Don't talk to Prey about diplomatic relations. Memento Miri, hello there. Thank you for the follow. Hope you're doing well. Welcome on in. If you'd like to play tonight's game, you are more than welcome to do so. Just need to enter in SWBU into public chat, and you'll be entered into play. You can do that at any time during the game, and then you'll be answering by whispering to my bot, which is QuizBot3000. That's all you'll need to do to participate in tonight's game. Or you can just lurk. That is entirely optional as well. What are we playing? It is a quiz. It's an original quiz by my design, but not my questions. The questions written tonight have been provided by a member of the community known as Arun Aromatics, and has been proofed by Pokenuts. So it's a bit of a community collaborative effort to get the content for the streams. I do the software and all of the hosty stuff, and all the community members write the content for the actual games themselves, and also proof it as well, which is pretty cool. So yeah, you're more than welcome to join in if you wish to do so, or you can just sort of sit back, watch a little bit, and then if it starts to intrigue you, then you can join in a bit later on. Entirely your decision on that front. But I think we'll get this game underway. As I say, it's got anytime entry, and this game does take a while to get through. So I think, without further ado, it's time to play Redacted. After much waffle. After much waffle, we shall start off with chapter number 1. This is the only main game tonight, not a cat. Chapter number 1 is Complete the Redacted. So, in this round, you will see... Hello.
Tier 100. Waffles.
Why do you not say, waffles? I mean... Waffles are very tasty indeed, Aaron. Thank you for the 100 bits. But yes, chapter number 1 is Complete the Redacted. In this round, you will see a statement with a number of words or phrases redacted in it. It's your job to fill in said blanks, and you can give me as many answers as there are blanks on the page to fill. For the example over there, we've got Scottish tennis player Andy Blank won their first Wimbledon championship in blank. So the answers that you should be providing for this would be Murray for blank A, and 2013 for blank B. Now, when you do submit your answers, please submit them as separate messages for each answer, but you do not need to tell me which blank you're going for. So you don't need to say A equals Murray, B equals 2013. You just need to say Murray, send that as a message, 2013, send that as a message, and that will all count. If you put them all in one message, then it may not be counted, but you will be charged for giving me that particular attempt. You can give me as many blanks as there are you give me as many answers as there are blanks on the page to fill. So in this example, there are 2. You could give me 2 answers. There may be some statements that require 3 blanks to fill, in which case you can give me 3 answers. And you don't have to answer each one individually in order. You can give me multiple guesses for the same blank. So if you're not certain what the name of the tennis player is, but you have an idea what the year might be, then you could submit me an answer of 2012. And submit me an answer of 2013. And the 2012 will be wrong. You won't get points for that, but you will get points for the 2013. So you can go for a bit of a shotgun approach on a particular blank if you think you want to try and guarantee yourself some dupes. But if you think you can answer all of the blanks, then send me just one answer for each blank to maximise. You shall get 200 doots for each correct blank you fill in this particular chapter. Quite a few blanks to fill out. There are 8 statements in total. And this one being an Arun pack, it's quite a nice way that it has been themed for tonight's particular game, just for this round specifically. We're going to be looking at some legal cases. Well, I mean, some of them aren't necessarily legal cases. There may be sort of fictional legal cases, but they have been written such like it is sort of the brief or summary of a legal case between 2 legal entities. In most cases, we're looking at the names of either a brand or a company name or a full title of someone, but there may also be some alterations to that. I will get to that when we get there. But is Score watching this? I don't know. Is Score watching this? I haven't got the list up of people currently watching. But yes, this is the thrilling subject of intellectual property law. Well, I have no idea if that's going to be the case. But yes, if you'd like to get yourself a lawyer, Arun is available in chat. So that's that's all the information to deal with. In most cases, if we are looking for the full name of a person, we will accept the surname only. Unless I give a specific example in that case, but in most cases, if we're looking for the full name of a person in a blank, you can give just their surname in order for it to be accepted. So sort of the US naming rules rather than UK naming rules. Say his name and he appears, or say Prisoner's Dilemma and he appears. Well, he hasn't appeared just yet, but we'll see. If you're all ready, though, let's start off with your first case before you, and it's this. Blank versus blank. Dispute over ownership of word Google. A pursuer claims ownership through being the parent company of Google. A defender claims ownership due to his answer of Google to fraudulently win the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire jackpot. So, 2 answers to fill, or 2 blanks to fill, so you can give me 2 guesses. I'll get my patter down eventually. So, blank versus blank. Dispute over ownership of the word Google. Pursuer claims ownership through being the parent company of Google. Defender claims ownership due to his answer of Google to fraudulently win the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire jackpot. As I say, these may be fictional lawsuits, not a cap, but they have been written in such a case that they are legal in some way. So, that's what we're looking at. Now, what do you think? 20 players say Alphabet. Yes, Alphabet. That is the parent company of Google and YouTube and all those kind of things. And 17 players say Charles Ingram, or just the surname Ingram would have been accepted as well. Yes, Alphabet versus Charles Ingram is sort of the legal case that we are talking about. Not Whittock, no, but was involved in said case, but he didn't directly win the jackpot. Not Carpenter. Can't take Google, unfortunately, and that's not the answer we're looking for. We are looking for the parent company, which is Alphabet. Not Celador, not Steve Jobs, not Larry Page. ITV television, I can see where you may go with that. Major Charles, I will take that because you are talking about the same person, Charles Ingram. But ITV television, Janet Jackson and Page, I will not take. And that is the end of that particular legal case. Case closed, etc. 11 players giving me a correct answer, 400 points apiece. 11 players giving me both blanks, should I say, for 400 points apiece. And then we've got a total of 11 also giving me just a single blank correct for 200 points apiece. Yes, read the statement in its entirety, and remember you are filling in the blanks rather than trying to follow on a particular question. We'll get to blank questions later on, though. For now, let's go on to legal case number 2. Blank versus Jason Orange. Author of Oranges Are Not the Only Fruit claims unauthorised use of the word orange by member of the band Blank, whose first UK #1 single was Blank. 3 blanks to fill. You can give me 3 guesses. You shall pay attention when I've finished eating my yogurt. Fair enough, Brooks. I was eating some Ben & Jerry's earlier on because I fancied having a bit of ice cream, and it was very nice. I got stone nothing, says Manic. Well, there may be some difficult questions in here. Let's see. I mean, you've given me 3 guesses, so feel free to make use of them, so long as you're actually making an attempt with them. So we've got 40 players that say, take that. That is correct for blank B, yes. Jason Orange, member of the band, Take That. We've got Toots, we've got Shapes, and we've got Mr. Vertigo, who goes for Jeanette Winterson. Perfect answer there, or just Winterson, the surname, for blank A. Great answer there. And 7 players going with Prey. That is also correct for blank C. Yes, the first UK #1 single of Take That was Prey. Let's go through all of the guesses that came through. R.E.M. Losing My Religion. Coldplay Westlife Stay. Oh, it's not Stay, I'm afraid. It's Prey. Orange and the New Black. No, can't take those. Not that Prey. Not Shine. The good guess though. Yellow, SOS, Boyzone, Oasis, Michael Stipe. It's none of those. Mina Flynn, Hello, Patience, That One Guy, and Christy. Bono, Gold, Her. It's not, and Spandau Ballet. It's none of those. But good guesses on the board there. Total of 14 scoring points with Mr. Vertigo and Shapes getting the maximum 600 for all 3 blanks filled out there. Very well done. Fluid Fernando, Toot, Oni, Prugs, Topper, Zeus getting 400 points. Oren, Colo, Matt, Posnan, Shadowmane, and Ralph getting 200 points there. This is complicated. Yeah, it's a fairly complicated quiz, but really all you're doing is filling in the blanks, and for each one you can correctly fill, you get points for. It is as simple as that, but it just looks a bit more complicated on paper, but yeah. And later on it does get more simple because there's then only just one answer to give. But we'll get to that when we get there. Legal case number 3 before you is this. Blank versus Dr. Dre. Director of Dr. Strangelove raises action for medical negligence. Pursuer claims defender injured his blank, the longest bone in his body, during treatment. Defender claims lack of medical knowledge as he is a rapper with the real name blank. 3 blanks to fill. You can give me 3 guesses. Director of Dr. Strangelove raises action for medical negligence. Pursuer claims defender injured his blank, the longest bone in his body, during treatment. Defender claims lack of medical knowledge, as he is a rapper with the real name blank. Wait, is Dr. Dre a rapper? He's not a dox, I'm afraid, not a cat. Let's see what answers you have provided. So we've got 8 players going with Stanley Kubrick. For blank A is correct. Yes, that is the director of Dr. Strangelove. Let's go through some other guesses coming here. Spine, tibia, Stan Lee, thigh, fibia, and Steven Spielberg. Looking at my accept answer list here, I cannot take any of those, I'm afraid. Hard luck. Skull is not particularly long. Sean Coombs, Brooks, Sean Coombs. Oh, another one. Okay, Dizzy Rascal and Slim Shady. I see where you may be going with Sean Coombs. It's not the one I've got on my page, though. Neither on any of these other answers, I'm afraid. Steve! Injured his Steve. No. Marshall Mathers. I'll give you that one, K. Giles. Kubrick is close enough. Boney. It's not Boney M either, no. Femur, 21 players saying a femur. That one I can accept from blank B. Yes, the longest bone in the body is the femur. And then we've got Dre Drayson. Kanye West. That's just Yee now these days. Spin, Shinbone, Dondre Wallace, Jeremy Rapperman. Jeremy Rapperman? Jeremy Rapperman. Oh dear. I can't take Shinbone, by the way, Matt, because that would be the tibia, not the femur. And can't say any of those are right. No, that's not what I've got on my card. Andre. Now, Andre Zeus. I think that's first name, not last name. So you're kind of there. Yeah, didn't give the last name. Yeah, you didn't give the last name, which is what I would normally be looking for here. And you didn't. So, yeah, Andre, I mean, you could probably reasonably work out that that's their first name from Dre. You just sort of extend it a bit as Andre. So, I'm afraid it's not going to be enough for me. So, I'm going to say no. But Andre Young, 4 players did give me that, or the full name is Andre Ramel Young. For blank C. Well done for those 4 players finding Andre Young. Jeremy Rapperman. No, Drew Barrymore, Macklemore, and Spielberg. I can't say any of those. And that is the end of that particular legal case. Case closed, I guess. 24 players scoring points. Toot and Shapes getting the maximum 600. We've got BBQ, BC, Danny, Opsy, Pyro, and Zeus getting 400. And everybody else that scored got a single blank for 200 points apiece. All right. We'll continue on to legal case number 4, which will have 2 blanks to fill. Marie Curie versus blank Curie. Divorce action. Pursuer wishes to raise divorce action against the defender, citing his lack of effort in helping her discover the alkaline earth metal blank. 2 blanks to fill. 2 guesses you can provide. I was seeing some exceptions in my log there. What's that about? Is that just... That's just latent errors. Okay, fine. that there is time. It's nice actually seeing this data come through. All right, let's have a look to see what you've gone for. So we've got 21 players saying Pierre. Yes, Marie Curie and Pierre Curie. That is the pair in question. And 13 players saying radium. That is the correct element we were looking for on blank B. We can't say Marie, no, because we've already got Marie, so it's not Marie versus Marie. It's not Peter, not Mr., not Steve, not Bronze or Marty, I'm afraid. None of those. Curium, it's not going to be on the list, I'm afraid. We have got disallowed beryllium, calcium, barium, magnesium, and strontium. The one we were specifically looking for here was radium, and nothing else, I'm afraid. So I'm not going to take any of those. Latinum, cobalt, and barium. Again, it's none of those I can't take. So we've got 23 players scoring points, a good number of 400s, 11 400s, and 12 200s there being doled out. Mary Kramer versus Mary Kramer. Got one right. Hey, nicely done, Memento. Just keep that up and you get loads and loads of points. And everything that you earn in this game, you'll get doots, which is my virtual currency on this stream. At the end of the season, those doots become lottery tickets, essentially, and I pick out lottery tickets virtually, and whoever is on the ticket, they get a prize paid out by the stream, essentially. So every single doot is worth one entry into the doot lottery at the end. Not the doot lottery, doot draw at the end. Doot lottery is a different thing entirely. And yes, you need to send the answers as separate messages, please. Make sure you're in the lobby first, and then, send them as separate messages in order to be marked correctly. Fabulous prizes! Yes, indeed. Right, we need to move on to the next one. Now, before I read out the next statement, they do have a shared surname, but because I can't show the same blank twice, because that would confuse things completely for the entire game. The blank will only be shown once. So when it comes to the sort of the headline name of blank versus blank, you will see first name versus first name, last name. They have the same last name. Just bear that in mind.
Sheer 100. What do you do with a dead scientist? You bury him.
You bury him. Oh my god. Thank you for the 100 bits there, Sunny Cat. So basically 3 doots. So, well, no, because there isn't a separate blank. I can't show the same blank twice on the page, but there's only one blank, so there's no free guess available here. But what I'm saying is, the headline is going to read as some person with a first name versus some person with a full name, but you need to provide the surname. But that surname is actually shared against both of them. Basically, I can't do person blank versus person blank with the same blank name. All right? You'll definitely understand when you read it, all right? But the first blank you see in this particular statement is a shared surname for the 2 entities in the legal case. You'll see what I mean. Here we go. Just wanted to put that out there before people got very confused. So it's Rudolph versus Adolf blank. They both have the same surname A. Company law dispute. Pursuer claims Defender sports brand Adidas or Adidas is undercutting his own brand blank. Defender claims his own brand had better advertising, none more so than when Dick Fosbury wore their shoes during the blank Summer Olympics. So 3 blanks to fill, 3 answers you can give me. So yes, it's Rudolph blank versus Adolf blank. They are the same blank A. Essentially. I just can't do that. Because that just confuses everything. And similarly, I couldn't have another blank added, because then when your answers come in and they get automatically assigned, they'll only get assigned to one of the blanks because they are literally the same text. So you couldn't possibly get both blanks scored. So this is the kind of the only way around this could work right now without massive hacks required, and I didn't want to put massive hacks in for what is admittedly a one-time only scenario. Sorry for my answer for A. Couldn't think of any other Adolf. Oh well, okay. I think we know where we were going to go with that. But okay, let's see what you have provided. Dazzler, say 11 players. Yes, Rudolph Dazzler, Adolf Dazzler. That is the shared surname between these two entities. 11 players say Puma. And that is the other brand associated here, Adidas and Puma. Those are the two brands in question. Don't worry, there are 3 people that went with Hitler here. We've got a Hutter, we've got an Adolf, we've got Skechers, Hessler. Oh, it's not Hessler, it's Dassler, I'm afraid, only. But Colo, I will take that as phonetically plausible. You just missed out one S. Everybody else, though, I'm afraid, is a wrong answer. There's another Hitler. Fila. Oh, another guess, but there's Puma is the one we're looking for, not Fila. Rudolph, we've already got on the page, I'm afraid. German Ruda, no, and Didas, I'm afraid it's not any of those. Nike, good guess, not the one. It does fit the blank, but not the correct answer. We've got some guesses for the year here. 1952, not correct. 64, not correct. Reebok, no. Another good guess for the brand, though. 1960, no. 1980, no. 1948, 1984, 1936, 1996, 1986, 1939. No, it is none of those. 1956, 1994, 1972, 1992, Berlin, 1938. It is none of those. You could have also given the location, Hex. We would have given it for the location of the particular Olympics as well. 1998, not correct. 1968 is correct, yes. Blank C was the 1968 Summer Olympics, but you could also have provided Mexico or Mexico City, as that was sort of the home city for that particular Olympics. We would have accepted that for the blank, even if it didn't quite fill the blank properly. 2016, 2024 and 2020, Drew's just going for a scattergun approach. Unfortunately, did not work out. Look. Total of 16 giving me correct answers, with Toots doing the best, getting all 3 blanks correct for the 600. Good number of 400s. And we've got Jake, we've got Mr. Vertigo, Oni, Puzzledon, and Rias getting one of the blanks right for 200 points. Okay. That's sort of the only weird caveat blank thing that we've had through this entire game. Everything else should make more sense as we continue on. So, let's move on to statement number 7. Legal case number 7. Here it is. Blank versus Lord Sugar. Pursuer, the current host of the BBC Radio 1 Breakfast Show, claims unfair dismissal from the British series of Blank. Just 2 blanks to fill. 2 answers you can give. As always, chat is king, Oren. We do allow about a 2-second grace after it says time up in public chat. And that is time. Alright, let's have a look at what you have provided as a guess. 21 say The Apprentice. Yes, Lord Sugar was the UK's host of The Apprentice, whereas I think it was some president, apparently, hosted it over in the States. Grimshaw, for Nick Grimshaw, not the one. Good guess, though. Ruth Badger, Nick Grimshaw, Dragon's Den, The Great Baking Show, and MasterChef is not the answer I'm looking for. Pillsbury Doughboy, Donald Trump. Yes, that's the host over on the other side. Piers Morgan, Ball, Lady Salt, and Chris Evans. No. Apprentice. I will take just Apprentice on its own. Nick Hewer, Taskmaster, Lord Salt, Jeremy Radio Man. No. And The Lunch Hour. No. Big Brother. Haven't watched it, but you. And The Traitors. No. But Greg James, 5 players go for, is the correct answer for the current host of the BBC Radio 1 Breakfast Show. I think at one point it was Nick Grimshaw, but currently it is Greg James. With 3 players getting it right, we're getting all of it right, should I say. Mr. Vertigo, Puzzledon, and Shapes for the full 400, and a good number getting a single blank for 200 points apiece. Jeremy Hostman. No. Speaking of the same name twice, have a look at this legal case before you. Joshua Reynolds v. Joshua Reynolds. Pursuer, an MP who succeeded blank as the MP for Maidenhead in 2024, raises action for theft of name. Defender, the first president of the blank, states that as he was born in the blanks, says that he had claim to the name first. 3 blanks to fill. 3 answers you can provide me. That last blank, we are looking for a decade. Or actually, we're looking for probably a century, actually, you can go with. I'll give you that. I'll give you centuries. I'll be broad enough for that. That there is time. Objection! Right, let's see what you have gone for then. So, we've got 10 players saying Theresa May. Absolutely, Theresa May. Yes, the MP for Maidenhead in 2024. Yes, we've got some guesses of years and decades and centuries for blank C. It's not 1800s, not 1980, not 1980s, not 1960s, not 1960, not 1970, I'm afraid. No, none of those particular decades or years or whatever. 1900s, no. 1860, no. 1800s, 1720s. Oh, toot. Oh, okay. Bang on. I mean, we had the 1700s, but you went very specific. Yes, 1720 was the actual year in question, but we will take 1700s, yes. So yeah, 1720s, we'll take that broadly speaking. 19, as in the 19th century would be the 1800s, so that's not right. 1920s, can't take that, so it's only Toot's answer to take. 1700s, yes, I can take the 1700s. We're not accepting it normally because the S wasn't actually included, but it's fine. 1950s, no. 1900s, no. 1600, no. 18th for the 18th for the 1700s would be correct, so I will take that for you, Pyro. 1780. Oh. How generous are you feeling, Arun, for Mr. Vertigo's? Because he's in the right century, but he's gone with the wrong decade. Yeah, he's going to say 1780 is wrong, I'm afraid, Mr. Vertigo. Hard luck. Should have gone a bit broader than that. We've got this other thing to consider. USA, first president of the USA, no. Central African Republic, oh, interesting. No, we weren't looking for a country on blank B for those trying to go that route. We were looking for an institution? Is that a good description of it? Or an academy? I'll go with that as half the answer. Liberal Democrats, Liz Truss. United States of America, it's not, I'm afraid. Reynolds, what? Jeremy Corbyn, He-Man Woman Haters Club. Nope. Washington and Mistrial, no. Jeremy Ed Peeman, the Royal Academy. You're most of the way there, Toot. And for Colo, again, you're along the wrong lines there. It's close, but not quite. Arun, how are you feeling on Royal Academy? It's a partial answer. Allow Toots, not Colos. Okay, so we will be taking just Royal Academy, but not Royal Society. And it's not actually going to match on blank B, so okay, interesting. You meant the RA, Colo, and you would have been right if you did say RA, because that is it. We're looking for the Royal Academy of Arts, specifically, for blank B. Royal Academy, we are going to broadly accept that, according to Arun, but not the Royal Society. That is down a different route. And 1700, yes, I can take 1700 for blank C. And just to reveal what blank B is, there it is, the Royal Academy of Arts. That is what we're looking for there for blank B, or RA for short. 14 did give me a right answer, and Toot, we did give you that extra blank, even if you didn't reveal properly, so you do get the full 600. Me getting 2 blanks right for 400. BC, Fluid Fernando, K Jarves, Colo, Manic, Matt, Mr. Vertigo, Oni, Pyro, Topper, Shapes, and Zeus getting one of the blanks right for 200. You said 1700, did it not say it in time? Let me have a quick look for your answers there, Ralph. Your answer came in late, I'm afraid. because I've actually got some new logs in where I can actually see where it has been parsed as a given answer. And though I can see your whisper come through, it did not come through with an answer attached to it. A question attached to it. So it came out of time, I'm afraid. So yeah, be careful on that. You will need to get your answers in a timely manner. I know I need to get this updated to Hackbox so it's far more obvious whether you're in time or out of time. But for now, we will continue on with arcane technology. Okay, last statement, last case trial to consider. Have a look at this. R.V. Gavrilo Princip. The accused has been charged with murder of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand in the city of blank. The accused has said he misunderstood the instruction "Take me out" from a band formed in the city of blank. Take me out. 2 blanks to fill. 2 answers you can provide. The accused has said he misunderstood the instruction "Take me out" from a band formed in the city of blank. That's a stretch. Objection. Right, let's see what you have provided as answers here. So we've got 17 players saying Sarajevo, and you are right to do so for blank A. Yes, Sarajevo we're looking for there. And 7 players say Glasgow. You are right to say Glasgow for blank B. Quickly go over the other answers. Not Budapest, not Bruges, not Sheffield, not Amsterdam, not Liverpool, not Belgrade. No likey, nope. Not Ljubljana, not Skopje, not Sussex, not rock and roll, not Poland. London, Chicago, Bristol, Prague, Warsaw, take me out. Who's coming down the lift? Nope. Vienna, Detroit, New York, and Pisa. None of those we will take. So a total of 19. Give me a correct answer there. Well done. With 5 players getting the maximum. ABB, Fernando Colo, Oni, and Shapes getting the maximum of 400 points. Everybody else getting 200 points apiece. Let the ash see the bash. And at the end of chapter number 1, let's have a look at the leaderboard. Oh, God, take me out, eh? What a show. So in the lead right now, we've got Toot on 3,400, but behind by just 200 is We Like Shapes. In third place, we've got Zeus on 2,600. Then it's AB Me and Fluid Fernando and Oni on 2,400. Mr. Vertigo and Topper tied for 2,000. BC and Colo tied for 1,800. Ralph's on 1,600. And we've got a tie on 1,400 between Flyboy, Proogs, and Pyro Pygmy. That is the top row currently in play. But it can all change as we go on to chapter number 2. And this is where it all gets a little simpler, and also a little more complex. How do you join Woody Back? Room code is up there in the top right corner. SWBU. Enter that into public chat, and you'll be able to enter into the game. Is that light constantly red? What, that neon light outside, Hex? Yes, it is. It's very irritating for the detective's office, yes. Welcome to the game, Woollyback. So this is chapter number 2, known as Piece Together. In this round, you're going to see a sheet of paper with 6 keywords on. However, the paper has been shredded, and the slices have been put in the wrong order. Though over time, we will slide those slices into the correct order so that you can indeed read what the key phrases are. You need to give an answer that closely connects all 6 keywords together, a bit like Only Connect in a way. And you can give me a total of 2 guesses in each particular shredded document. So you can give me an early guess, a broad guess, and then maybe a more specific guess later on. I will give you a bit of guidance as to what kind of answer we will be looking for. Obviously nothing too spoilerific on that, but I'll give you some broad advice as to what kind of answer will be accepted, because you'll only give 2 opportunities to try and get a correct answer. If this were Only Connect, I would be able to go and ask you again, can you give me a bit more? Unfortunately, because you're all answering at the same time and have to mark them simultaneously, you can only give me 2 guesses and then hope that those guesses will work on the matching side of things. Even if you mean a certain different thing, it's what your particular text answer actually conveys is what I will mark it against, okay? So the example we have on the side there is a shredded document which has the keywords of redacted, snap it up, outright, relativity, wiki walker, and who, what, where or who knows where, should I say. And all of those are original games here at Quiz Night, is sort of the key phrase we were looking for there. So Quiz Night games, that would be the key phrase, the answer you would provide. And all the key here is the earlier you answer with the correct answer, the more points you will get. So it is definitely worth your while to try and answer as early as you can. Though, of course, be aware that it's only going to be displayed on stream. That's the only way you're going to be able to see it. So pay attention to the stream visuals and have a keen eye and see if you can figure out what we're looking for. So for this first document that will come up, one or two words will probably do it for you. You don't need to go super, you don't have to go typing out an entire novel here. One or two words will probably get you most of the way there on this one. Okay, here we go. Here comes your first shredded document to consider. And what connects all of the keywords together? Your time starts now. Okay, so the keywords we have are adapted screenplay, picture, cinematography, original score, film editing, and supporting actor. That's what we're looking at. Now, what connects them all together? Let's see what he said. 27 players said best Academy Awards, or you could have said just Academy Awards, or just Oscars, or Oscars categories, or Academy Awards categories, or even just the word best. Yeah, so best adapted screenplay, best picture, best cinematography, best original score, best film editing, and best supporting actor, all in the Academy Awards. That's the connection we're looking for. So Oscar Awards, yeah, I'll take. Oscar winning categories, I'll take. Best categories, Oscars, I'll take. Oscar noms, I'll take that, etc. You got Oscars, that's the keyword we're looking for here. Quiz Night and movie, unfortunately, that's not good enough. They are obviously movie categories, but we needed a bit more that we're looking at some sort of award ceremony. So these are Academy Awards, so I can't take just movie. Awards, I think we're looking for Oscars or the word best ... I'm afraid. I don't think awards on its own will be good enough. Oscar, I'm fine with. I don't think they're all BAFTAs. I don't think all of these will be BAFTA categories, so that may be too specific the wrong way. Oscars topics, yeah, I'll take that. Not Tonys, that's different. Not stage. And I'm going to probably say it's not going to be BAFTAs. We are looking for Oscars. Yeah, I imagine they don't have all of those in the BAFTAs list. You've already got the Oscars, so ignore it, fair enough. I guess and Oren already had Oscars, so that's fine. We'll move on then. And BAFTAs. But Proogs have got BAFTAs on their own. Let's just be complete about it. BAFTAs list. Best film, outstanding leading actress, leading actor. It's called leading actress. Best director. Adapted screenplay, yes. Cinematography, yes. Original screenplay is, but not original score. So I'm going to say it's a no on that because I can't see that one particularly. And you've got Oscars anyway, so it's all good. In the end, it's all good. But I found one at least that didn't match. So yeah, it's all good. 29 getting some points on the board there. A good number of getting some points. Toots was the first with the correct guess. 943 points for that. Then it was Ralph, 879. Fluid Fernando, 867. Shapes, 783. And AB Meek, 745. So yeah, going from 1,000 all the way down to 500 in this particular chapter. Okay. Conradilak, your guess. Let's have a look. Conradilak, your guess of Oscar did not get associated to a question, so yes, it came in too late, I'm afraid. Hard luck on that. So yeah, be a bit quicker, I'm afraid. We'll have a lack at Conrad Luke. Yeah, something like that. Okay, we'll continue on to shredded document number 2. We will be looking for a single word will suffice. 2 words is perfect. But yeah, a single word here will suffice. What keyword connects all of these shredded... Sorry, what phrase connects these shredded keywords together? Your time starts now. Before I even started the time, and some people got it right. All right, then. Okay, then. Last few seconds. Okay, please don't add categories that I can't verify. Don't add categories I can't physically verify, because I am not you. I can see your answers coming in, all right? There are some words I'm conditioned to spot. Fair enough. So the keywords we've got here are Raya, Hinge, OkCupid, Plenty of Fish, eHarmony, and Grinder. Now, what connects all of them together? Let's have a look to see what you said. 28 of you said dating apps. And dating apps was the key word we're looking for there, yes. Dating websites. Interesting. I think they all are broadly web services, so I'll give you that. I can't spake. No. Radiohead. No, it's not Radiohead. Social networks, gods. Hookup apps. I suppose, broadly speaking, they are a way of hooking up as well. So, yeah, I'll take that. That's fine. The others are no. Machine X, no. Relationship apps, I'll take that as well. Love sites, yeah, I suppose so. They are apps, but we need more specific than just apps. Social media, not the right way, though. Best-selling books of 2024. No. This is the one I wanted to check. BC. This is something I can't verify, so I can't answer it correctly. A grinder from Memento Mori, I'm afraid that's one of the answers, one of the key words, but not the connection, I'm afraid, so I can't take any of those. So 30 going the right way there, with 2 players getting the maximum toot, and Shapes getting it before he even started the timer. Flu Fernando getting 996, Zeus 992, and Pyro Pygmy 980. Loads of points being offered out there. Apps that stress me out. The whole idea of some of them is supposed to be stress relieving rather than stressing one out, but hey, there you go. Let's go over to another shredded document. This one, you will need to give me 2 words. You will need to give me 2 words for this to be a valid answer. A single word will not suffice. You will need at least 2 parts. So consider that in your guess, that you'll need at least 2 words in your guess for it to be correct. What connects these shredded keywords together? Your time starts now. There they all are. So we've got Bamako, Nairobi, Conakry, Accra, Porto Novo, and Maputo. What connects all of them together? I have a feeling a few people might be a bit unhappy because they have provided a 2-word answer, but unfortunately it will not be accepted as correct because we are missing one other critical piece of information on your answer. Let's see what you've gone for. African capital cities is exactly what we're looking for here. 19 players giving me African capital cities or African capitals. African capitals, yes, I'll take that. African nations, and they're not nations, they are capital cities, so I can't take that. Capitals of Africa, yeah, I'll take that. How are you broadly speaking on African cities there, Arun? How are you feeling on just cities? They are African. Yeah, fine, I'll allow it. Okay. African cities. So as long as you got those two constituent parts, then we're good. If you gave me just capital cities, that wasn't enough. You did need to say African in there somewhere. So yeah, broadly there, capital cities not good enough. You did need African in there. African countries, they're cities, not countries. And Saffrisian capitals. Natter, please focus on your typing. I'll take it this time, but please focus on your typing, okay? I could just about see the answer you're going for there. 23, give me the right answer there with Amy doing the best, 986 points. Next best, 980, only 969. Shapes, 956, and Zeus also 956 as well. So well done on scoring points there. For the next one, fair enough, Natter. It's just be careful on the typos, okay? You said capitals first, but African cities was after the buzzer. It looks like, oh well, says Manic. Let me quickly just check on your side of things. So yeah, capital cities did come through as a guess. African cities did not come through as a guess. So that would have been after the buzzer. From the sounds of things, whispers are just being a bit slower today, maybe. So yeah, that might be a thing, that the delivery of certain whispers is just being slower tonight, because there have been more people that are saying they've timed out than we normally do say. You missed the deadline a few times, says Priggs. Okay. So clearly this needs to be expedited then for an update onto Hackbox to avoid that issue. But for now, we're just going to have to run with it and see how we can do. We move on to the next shredded document. This one, you can give me a single word answer and it will be accepted. So bear that in mind. The true correct answer is 2 words, but you can give me just a single word answer and it will be accepted as correct. If you give me the right word, that is, of course. Twitch being Twitch, it is a bit SJ. I mean, the whispers aren't designed for what we're doing with it, really. So, you know, just happens to be very much the case of the highlights. The highlight system on Twitch wasn't really designed for how we're using it right now, where we're basically archiving the entirety of the quiz night streams. That's why they're limiting it to 100 hours of highlights, because, well, they know what the bloody discovery is like on their own site. It's dog awful. What's the room code? It's that one up there that you can't actually see. It's off screen right now, but I can tell you that it is SWBU. SWBU is the room code you can enter in. But yeah, the highlight system on Twitch, we're not using it in its intended way. Because of that, they are now changing it, and boo. And much like the whisper stuff, we're using it in a non-intended way, which probably means later down the line it will get phased out, and we'll have to actually move everything off of all whispers. So, good idea on moving things onto Hackbox earlier rather than later. Anyway, as I say, for this next shredded keyword document, you can give me just a single word response for it to be correct. All right, here we go. What connects these keywords together? And your time starts now. Oh, shapes. Oh, shapes. So, the keywords we have are Frost, Powell, Eclair, Agutta, Slate, and Lind. But what connects them all together? Let's see what you've gone for. We've got 8 players who say a famous Jenny, or just Jennies, or Jennies. Yes, they are all famous Jennies. Jenny Frost, Jenny Powell, Jenny Eclair, Jenny Agutta, Jenny Slate, Jenny Lind. That was what we're looking for. Just Jennies. They're not pastries, they're not railway children, not shops, chocolates, pastries, or weather. Not chocolate, not baked goods, not cakes, not roof things, not desserts, not islands. Not shades of grey, not poets, not tennis, not rock types, not Oh, well, I probably will inclined to accept Jennifer's, though I feel that maybe one or two don't actually have their official name being Jennifer, but I will broadly take that, and Arun is happy with that as well. General has such a... Oh... No, it's not phonetically plausible. I'm not going to go down that line. Not bakery items, not secretaries of state, comedians, Margaret's. Oh, not quite. Chocolate and famous bastards. Again, I can't prove or deny that, Oni, so I can't accept it. So not many getting it right, but 9 did indeed get it right, with Shapes getting the full 1,000. Well done, Shapes, on getting it on the start of the timer there. Ralph getting it for 913, Topper for 650, Mr. Vertigo for 616, Fluid Fernando for 597, Willyback 591, Colo 555, Toot 552, and Clive 505. Jenny Powell is a twat, though, says Only. Again, I can neither prove nor deny that. If you're providing that as objective fact, then you will need to provide additional materials to do so. Okay, move on to shredded document number 5. This one, the ideal answer is two words long, but you can give me just a single word for it to be accepted. Okay? So we would like to see a 2-word answer, but you can give me just a single word answer and you'll be fine. Okay, here we go. And what connects all of these keywords together? Let's go. What was that you said there? I'm sorry, Jake. I don't know if I can broadly accept that. In a weird way, I don't know if I can accept that. But we'll see. So on this document, unfortunately, the top left got a bit mangled in the photocopier, but it's supposed to say Maysfield. Then we've got Southey and Duffy, Armitage, Dryden, and Motion. So yes, unfortunately, the photocopier has been on the fritz for this particular document, but yeah, it's supposed to be Maysfield, Masefield, Southey, and Duffy, Armitage, Dryden, and Motion. But what connects them all together? 15 say Poets Laureate, and that is exactly what we're looking for. If you did give me just poet, then that would have been fine. You could have also said UK poets, because they are actually all from the United Kingdom. Though I don't think they're all Welsh poets only. I think you may have gone too specific on that. They're not playwrights. Poet Laureate, I think you already got it, Colo, but I'll give you this one as well in case that's worth more. Terms Ash didn't know the link to before this quiz. Again, I don't know if I can confirm that one or not there, Jake. So we're not going to mark it that particular way. Rules and laws. I don't know. I don't think they're all Welsh. So certainly all the UK, and you've already got points, so it's fine. Laws of. Oh, laws of motion. I see what you're going with there, ABME. Yeah, unfortunately, there aren't laws of Anne Duffy, I'm afraid. I don't think that's a work yet. Or the laws of Armitage. Musketeers, members of Bucks Fizz, a single word. Okay, Flyboy, you're being very pedantic in how a single word would suffice. I mean, yes. Unfortunately, I can't accept that as an answer because it's not a single word, even though it is exactly a single word. It's not X-Files and not toilet brands, I'm afraid. Yeah, Armitage, I can see you going with Armitage Shanks with the toilet brand, but not the one. Jeremy, we're just getting all the variations of Jeremy now. We just had Jenny before. Places, Richard Castle, physics disciplines, and Carol. No, I'm afraid not. Carol and Duffy, but not all of them are Carols. And literature, I think, is a bit too broad there, BC. We were looking for poets or more specific than that. I think literature is a bit too broad, sorry. 12 getting some points on the board, and you got yourself some points anyway. Fluid Fernando 929, Shapes 913, Colo 885, Toot 844, Mr. Vertigo 836 on the top row there. Well done on that. And 12 players in total scoring. Okay, one final shredded document to consider. This one, a single word will suffice. Don't give me that as a direct quote, please, but you can give me an answer that is a single word long, and as long as it is the right word, then you're good. Here we go. What connects these keywords together? And your time starts now. I think a few people getting steered a different way on the bottom there. So we've got Hecla, Mount St. Helens, Mount Etna, Arthur's Seat, Krakatoa, and Pelée, with an extra E on the end. Yeah. There are quite a few of a particular guess that I'm definitely going to mark wrong for obvious reasons, but we'll see. Yeah, they're not footballers. You were all looking at Pelé there on the bottom there. But no, not all of these are footballers, I'm afraid. Some of them might sound like football teams, like Mount St. Helens sounds like it could be a football team, but I'm afraid it's not. Ballon d'Or, no. Football, no. Soccer players, no. Gods, no. Volcanoes, though, I will take as an answer. They are volcanoes with an E in there. I think English UK spelling rather than US spelling of volcanoes plural, but I'll take volcanoes without the E in the middle there. That's absolutely fine on my my side of things. So yeah, volcanoes, that's what we're looking for, nothing else. In a sense they are, but there's a better word for it. How do you feel, Arun, on accepting mountains? Mountains, fine, fair enough. Cabbage, lava gods. I mean, not really, no. Not really, no. I know that Fujiyama is treated as a god, like Kami god. Mount Fuji is, but I don't think all of these are gods, I'm afraid, of lava. Others could be, but I don't think all of them are, so I'm not going to say correct to that. It's such a great way of describing it, though. Oni! Valkyno, I'll take that as a typo. There can't be... You can't say and or. You can't say and or, Oni. Otherwise you can just chain any possible answer together. I'm not marking it as correct. You can't get away with it. It's not Edinburgh, I'm afraid. No. Some condition, pipe, true. 29 going the right way, though, getting points. Only was indeed the first to get an actual correct answer with 958 points. Then it was 2878. Then it was Flyboy 859, Shapes 823, and etc. 813. That there is the end of chapter number 2. Let's go back to the leaderboard and see where we stand. And there is a change at the lead there. Shapes now in the lead on 8,675. Toots in second place, 8,597. Flu Fernando's in third place, 7,247. Zeus on 6,603. Oni's in fifth place, 6,558. And Topper is in sixth place on 6,462. It is a close game, jockeying for position. And, well, we've still got a few more chapters to play out. So let's continue on to... very interesting chapter here. Chapter 3. It's time to snap it up. Oh, wait. No, not quite. It's sort of snap it up, but done in a different way. So, in chapter number 3, I will show you a series of images. However, we have redacted the ever-loving hell out of those images and put loads of black bars in front of them. Over time, the black bars will be removed from the visuals, so you can actually see the image behind. You need to give me what that particular image is. We will also give you a text clue that will contain the ideal correct answer redacted in it, so you can use that as a bit of a hint, as a bit of an in as to what kind of answer we're looking for. We will also give you, broadly speaking, a category of kind of answer that we're looking for, rather than leaving it completely blind and you're going to give me a guess to something completely different. We don't want to steer you completely the wrong way for that. So yeah, we'll give you broadly a category we're looking for an answer, and you can give me up to 2 guesses, much like in chapter number 2. More points awarded, though, for earlier correct answers. if you're curious there, we have redacted the redacted logo, and that was the answer we would need to provide, is redacted for that particular blank over there. I mean, Snap It Up could be around the same time period with the old projectors and that. Yeah, that's very true, it could be. But series of images on pieces of paper with lots of black bars on them. We will remove the black bars over time. Okay, if we're ready, here comes your first image to consider. And we're looking for the name of a city. Please, name of a city. Time starts now. Here's your hint. The city of blank is home to many sports teams, including the Blue Jays and the Maple Leafs. And there it is. When I saw this come through, I was like, having a case of Dijon mustard or something. I'm pretty certain we had this on Snap It Up last week. So, yeah, just a different vantage point with a different image. Let's see what you went with. 50 say Seattle, 3 say New York. I'm afraid it's not Seattle, it's not New York. 28, though, say Toronto. And you're right to do so. This is the city of Toronto, or Toronto, if you want to shorten it. It's not Tokyo, not NYC, not Chicago. Toronto. Phonetically, yes, it is, Natter. I'll give you that. I would say it's closer spelling to Turin than it is to Toronto. But yeah, just be careful. Derry and Rome, it's not. Toro not like Turando, but Toronto, yeah, you got the letters just in the wrong order. It's not Vancouver, it is Toronto. Okay, there you go. 30 gave me the correct answer, with Fluid Fernando doing the best, 925 for that. Then it was Natter, 882, Pyro 862, Shapes 822, and Flyboy 814 on the top row there. Now I know how to identify the CN Tower. Yeah, you see it from 2 vantage points. Therefore, you can now make a 3D projection from that. That's how that works, right? No, it isn't. But yeah, now you've got an idea of what the CN Tower actually looks like. The CN Tower does look like the Space Needle. Let's continue on to image number 2 to consider. All right? Biangulation, yeah, something like that. We're looking for the name of a TV show, please. The name of a TV show. And your time starts now. Ooh, good guesses. I think one of them was right, though. Here's a hint. This hosting duo has been aided by George Dawes and Angelos Epithemiou, keeping track of scores on the BBC-based panel show Blank. And that there is time. You don't know this, says Hex. That's fine, because this is very UK at a very certain time in the UK. So, Iranu, Uvavu, very much so. The people know the references there, but yeah, if you haven't seen it before, yeah, it's definitely a thing. Let's have a look, see what you guessed. 16 went with Shooting Stars. And you are right to do so, yes. These are the hosts to Shooting Stars, and they would have been aided by the characters of George Dawes and Angelos Epithemiou over the years. Baked potato, yeah. Or peanuts! It's not Will I Lie to You, not Spitting Image, not Masked Singer, not Dancing on Ice, not Nightmare, not Bullseye. Death in Paradise, Vic and Bob. That's the people in consideration here, but not the name of the show. Foolers, The Tournament, Architect, Taskmaster, no. Antideck, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Quizmaster, never mind the Buzzcocks, Penn and Teller in it. Deal, no deal, nope. And nope, it's not nope. But 16 did go the right way with Topper. I thought I did see a correct answer come in there very early on. Topper getting it for the full 1,000 there. Very well done. Clive getting it for 787. Shapes 767. Toot 750 and ABME 738. Well done on all of those points there. You timed that too well there with the peanuts. You loved that show back in the day. I never really watched much of it growing up. I don't know I'm guessing because, you know, when I was growing up, it was at a time when I was probably going to bed or whatever, and I never really considered going to actually go back and watch it. Top it is 50 confirms. But either way, that was a picture of Vic and Bob from Shooting Stars. Let's go to image number 3, and we are looking for the name of a sports person, please. The name of a sports person. Let's go. Oh, these correct answers coming in. Oh, goodness me. The American gymnast blank has won a total of 7 Olympic gold medals. It's not Jeremy Sportsperson, no. That there is time. You regret your first answer now, says Puzzle. Well, it's not the Jeremy Gymnast either. God. Is that what we're going to be going with our raid messages? Jeremy Raid Person or something. Let's have a look to see what we've got. We've got 26 players saying Simone Biles. And you're absolutely right to do so. Yes, this is Simone Biles. Now, Natter, I reasonably can't accept Miles, though you have gotten most of the letters right. Miles would be reasonably assumed as a surname, and it's not, in this case, correct. It's Biles we're looking for. I will broadly allow Billy's, though, because you got all the letters correct with an extra vowel in there. I'll accept that, but I won't accept Miles, I'm afraid, because that's a bit too far off, even if it is only one letter off. Not Nicola Adams, not Mo Farah, not Luke, not Twiddle. Jamelia, no. Selena Kyle, no. Beckham, Surya Banali, no. Jane Torville, no. Sophie. Oh, Matt, if you had just given the surname, you would have been fine. But you've given me a full name and it's not Sophie. You've given me a full name and it's not Sophie. Matt, I have to say that's wrong. It's not Sophie Biles, it's Simone Biles, or just Biles. Bial Koradlak. Yes. I'll give you just Bial. It's close. Give you that. It's very, very tenuous. Dave, no. Jeremy Gymnastman, no. Gymnast. Oh, Jesus Christ, no. Simone Weil. Oh. I think on the same merit that I said Natter, I couldn't accept Miles. You've given me Vile. I'm not going to take that, I'm afraid, even if you give me the first name. I don't know, but she does look cute. Yeah, I can't take Vile if I didn't take Miles, by my own metric, I'm afraid, so I'm going to say no to that. Why you got to watch your typing? Got to watch the typing. Zeus certainly did. Gave me a perfect guess to start with, and was in there before the timer even started, getting the full 1,000. Clive getting 987, Shapes 983, BC 980, and ABME 974. Loads of points being thrown out there. Yeah, all I can say is you just got to be careful on your typing. With longer answers, a single letter can be forgiven, but with shorter guesses, single letters can't be forgiven sometimes. Like it's the age-old difference between Henry VII and Henry VIII. You may have given me one too many letters or one too few letters, but it makes a big difference between the two. So you have to be very careful on the typing. When it comes to marking on those cases, you have to be exact. We can't give any broad allowance on that. And it might be hard on mobile as well, Memento, especially with the whispers of that. I do appreciate that, but yeah, that everything's so small. Yeah, yeah. Eventually, this will end up on Hackbox and should try and solve at least a few of the problems that we're having. Anyway, moving on to image number 4. And we're looking for the name of a piece of art. Or an art, please. One art, please. Time starts now. Thank you, ABME. That's exactly the kind of answer I'm looking for. Blank by Auguste Rodin was completed in the year 1904. All right, there, Toots. I did see your guess come through. I was wondering if someone was going to be pedantic and use the French name, and they did. You're not going to get any extra points for it, but I did see the French name come through. Did anybody else, or was it just Toot? It was just Toot giving me the pedantic name. And the thing is, that name wasn't in the sheet until I checked it this afternoon. I put it in because I knew it'd probably need to be in there. So, let's see the guesses that came through. 31 went with The Thinker, and you're absolutely right to do so. Or you could have given me the answer of Le Penseur, or just Penseur would have been accepted as the French name for this particular work, which is sort of the official name, obviously translated to The Thinker. Yeah, Le Penseur. Wrong number of characters, mark it wrong. Unfortunately, I put it in as acceptor rune, so it's happening. It's not Whistler's Mother, it's not Da Vinci, not Venus and Milo, not sculpt. It is a sculpture, but we're looking for the specific artwork, I'm afraid. It's not Scream, not Jeremy Artson. It's not The Kiss, not Jeremy Thinkerman, not David, not Whistler's Mother, not Kiss, not Who Da Thunk, not Dreamer, and Shrinker. R is next to T. R is next to T. I think I'm giving you this one final allowance there, Conrad. Like, if you get another one that close, that isn't right, I might be more inclined to say no. So, again, be careful of the typing. But yeah, I'm being somewhat generous on that one. 31, give me some points. Against some points though, aiming me getting it for the maximum 1,000. Well done there. K Jarves getting 946, Clive 8748, Zeus 726, and only 719. There we go. All right, moving on to image number 5, and we're looking for name of a band, please. Name of a band. Here we go. What guesses we got coming through? Okay, yep. Here's your hint. The lead singer of the band blank, Dan Smith, was born on the 14th of July. Why is that required as extra info, I wonder? Could it be an inn? Oh, I don't know. Maybe it could be an inn. Jeremy no, stop saying Jeremy everything. It's not Jeremy everything. Anyway, let's have a look at some answers. We've got Oasis, The Bee Gees, Arctic Monkeys, Sister Sledge, The Bay City Rollers, and Snow Patrol. It is not those. The Smiths, Muse, Blur, Kings of Leon, Keane, Maroon 5. Good guesses. Not the one. Squeeze, Madness, Kaiser Chiefs, or Kazia Chiefs, or Kazia Chefs even. Churches, Bandy McBandface in 1975. Good guesses. It's not the one. Weezer, Green A. I'm going to think you go for Green Day. Again, good guesses. Not the one. There we go. 11 players give me the answer of Bastille. Because, of course, the 14th of July, that's Bastille Day, isn't it? Clearly. Yeah, this is Bastille with Dan Smith, the lead singer, born on Bastille Day, the 14th of July. 11 getting the right answer there. Well done. He answered that one in French too. Well, yes, you would have done on that one. Jake Pawson getting the best, 743, Shape 732, Toot 723, Ralph 704, and Brian 695. Stop being pedantic. Points off. Can I edit Toot's? No, I'm not going to edit Toot's score. That would not be wise. Right, we've got one final one to go for. Oh, it's interesting that's not in the disallows. It probably should have been, but anyway. Here we go with the final image to consider. And we're looking for the name of an aminal, please. Name of an aminal. Here we go. Here comes your hint. The blank is a primate native to Central and South America and is not to be confused with a tree whose fruit is commonly used as a flavouring in Asian cuisine. And that there is time. Now, Arun, before I actually go to the marking sheet, I noticed that the disallowed does not have the one where you're saying not to be confused with the second part of this phrase. If an answer were to go more towards that answer than the one we're actually looking for, would you accept or reject? Because obviously they would be phonetically plausible, but would they be correct to do so? I would be interested to see what your thoughts is on that. Because I think I saw a couple of answers that did tend toward the second half of that clue, which is the wrong word, essentially. It's close to, but not the right one. Be kind. Fair enough. I will be kind in this case, then. So, let's have a look at what you've given me. We've got skunk, chestnut, buffalo, porcupine, meerkat, and cotton-top tamarind. Well, tamarind is the key we're looking for, and tamarind is the flavouring in Asian cuisine, but Arun is being fairly kind on this one, as it is a bit tricky, so we'll give you it for tamarind. That is the answer we're looking for. Yeah, it is a tamarind, the name we're looking for there. Everything else, unfortunately, is going to be wrong in this page. It's not the gibbon, not chinchilla, not capuchin, not raven, not tipster, not mantle, not lemur, not badger, not eye, not baboon, not tarsier, tamarind. Again, we'll give you that one. Marmoset, binturong, tamarind, little freak, baobab, and mandrill. Dolman and hoodie badger and tamarind. Thank you to Pyro Pygmy and Ralph giving me the correct spelling for the tamarind. Not many getting it right, though. Only 4 players in total getting the correct answer there. K-Jarves for 856, Pyro for 697, Ralph for 674, and Flyboy for 529. Well done to you 4 on finding the tamarind on this particular image. So that there is the end of chapter number 3. Let's go back to the leaderboard, see if anything has changed. With the pedantic answers, is Toots back in the lead? No, Shapes is maintaining the lead ever so slightly. 12,656 plays, Toots 12,394. Fluid Fernando, though, not far behind, though, on 11,144 in third place. Rouse in fourth, 10,985. Zeus is in fifth, 9,708. And Topper is in sixth place on 9,566. Not to be confused with Oni's 9,556. Only 10 points behind that. You want to brush the moustache of the boy. It does look very fancy, that moustache, doesn't it? But here we go. It is a very, very tight game at the top, and with anything up to 1,500 points available per correct answer in the final chapter, it is anybody's game. Let's go over there. No minuses, Memento, no. No minuses in this game. Only additions. So this is the final main chapter, Declassify the Redacted. So in this round, you will see a question with many words and phrases redacted. Over time, the black bars will hide away, revealing more of the question beneath. You need to give me the answer to the full question. Now note this, you can only give me one attempt for each question. You cannot give me multiple attempts, you can only give me one attempt. Obviously, more points are awarded the earlier you answer, but earlier answer is riskier compared to not seeing the full question in its entirety, so bear that in mind. Memento did have 200 and now has 100. Did you leave the game and rejoin then, Memento? Did you do that at some point? Because it may have actually deleted you, and then if you've rejoined, then it might have started you from 0 again. That might be something we haven't seen before. So yeah, that's a thing. If you are missing Doots later at the end, though, I can award that as an adjustment, Memento. No problem about doing that. Okay, yeah, I'll give you yeah. You know what? I can't necessarily do it to the game right now, but I'll give you 100 Doots right now, just to make up for that fact. So that's 100 guaranteed, regardless of what happens with the rest of the game. So there you go. So yeah, the example we've got there would be blank country in blank 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 area at a blank over 17 blank kilometers. If I revealed it all, it would read a question to which the answer would have been Russia. I don't actually have the question in its entirety right now, but if you did, then yeah, the answer to give would be Russia. And remember, you can only give me one answer for each question in this chapter, so do make your guess count. All right, good luck. Here comes your first question. In 2024, which blank was won by blank 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 in blank 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 and blank? This blank 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 in the blank of blank. Good luck. Here we go. Oh, sorry. It's worth up to 2,000 in this particular round. Sporting event. I forgot it's not 1,500. It's 2,000. Its relativity scales up to 1,500. Race. Greenwich. The Kenyan athlete. 4 minutes. Blackheath. A time of. Royal Borough. Alexander. 2 hours. Starts near. Mutiso. And H is 1 second. In 2024, which sporting event was won by the Kenyan athlete Alexander Mutiso in a time of 2 hours, 4 minutes and 1 second? This race starts near Blackheath in the Royal Borough of Greenwich. Now, for reasons that will suddenly become obvious, if you've given me just a single word answer, you probably will not be accepted as correct. We are looking for a specific sporting event that matches everything that the question is asking for. You may have given me the broad sport that we're looking at here. That won't be good enough. You will need to give me the actual proper sporting event that we are describing in its entirety here. That's why the full statement is the full statement. Because we are using keywords like Greenwich, Blackheath. If those keywords weren't there, then I can see why you might be happier with accepting a single word answer. Yeah. 6 players went with marathon. Now, it's not as a disallow answer, but unfortunately, it's not the full answer we're looking for here. There is another key word we're looking for to match correctly. So it's not just marathon, I'm afraid. Iron Maximus wore Max Verstappen, England and Grand National. It is none of those, I'm afraid. Kipchoge, it's not that. English marathon. That's not the name of the event, I'm afraid. I mean, it's closer. It definitely is closer, but it's not the name of the event. New York Marathon, wrong way. New York City Marathon, the wrong way. UK again. It's closer, but it's not the right one. The Hounslow Classic. I don't think that's the nickname for it. I don't believe it's the nickname for it. So I'm going to mark that one as wrong. But I will accept 16 giving me the answer of the London Marathon. Yes, London Marathon is what we're looking for there. The Royal Borough of Greenwich and Blackheath, they feature in London, and the race was a marathon. It's the London Marathon is the answer. We should call it the Hounslow Classic, though. Yes, in the words of Roy Walker, it's good, but it's not quite right. But 16 did give you the correct answer. Shapes doing the best, 1605. Then Zeus, 1515. Then Toot, 1483. So Shapes extending the lead ever so slightly again. Matt the Ref getting 1,413, even me getting 1,415 all the way down to Midget on the Internet getting 631 for a correct answer there. So yeah, you will have to be careful with your answers. Though I will say the rest of them, you are only looking at single worded responses. This was the only one where you needed 2 words. Everything else is a single word response. So hopefully should be a nice, easy go from this point onwards. Shall we have a look at question number 2? I think so. The blank 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 by blank blank and the blank blank and blank by blank blank were originally blank in which blank blank. Type starts now. Hollande. Pablo. Isabel. Collection. House of. Romance. Language. A Song of Despair. The Spirits. 20 love poems. Written. Novel. And finally, Neruda, the novel House of the Spirits by Isabel Allende and the collection 20 Love Poems and a Song of Despair by Pablo Neruda were originally written in which Romance language? And that there is time. Let's see what you've gone for. Hopefully you went the right way. Here there are as many Romance languages to pick from. French, Chile, Latin, Las Meninas, Italian, Portuguese. It is none of those. 16, though, went with Spanish. And that is the correct answer, yes. The Romance language in question is Spanish. The novel House of the Spirits and 20 Love Poems and a Song of Despair, originally written in Spanish. Not book and not German. 16 went the right way. Notably, Shapes got it right. Toot did not get it right at all. So a full extension here from Shapes. 1,529 points for that. Manic getting 1263. Abe Me getting 1213. Clive getting 1159. And Flyboy getting 1149 there. Well done on identifying Spanish there. You almost said Spanish, but got thrown by the first name. Ah, yes. Yeah, it was interesting, the reveal there with Hollande and then Pablo. It was a very interesting reveal there. But yeah, Spanish was what we're looking for. Someone translated them for somewhat less than I'd have charged. Fair enough. You'd have thought Spanish was too obvious. No, go with your gut, BBQ. Go with your gut. Let's continue on then to question number 3. Consider this one. Which word precedes blank? In the name of blank, comprising blank blank and blank blank. It's also blank in the name of blank, had blank, in blank, with blank, of blank. Here we go. Rianne. A UK #1 single. The band Who. 1994. Chambers. Appears 3 times. The duo. Hester. A cover version. Love is all around. Teesdale. And finally, leg. Which word precedes leg in the name of the duo comprising Hester Chambers and Ryan Teasdale? It also appears 3 times in the name of the band who had a UK #1 single in 1994 with the cover version of Love Is All Around. Oh frick. Oops. Yeah, a bit of regret maybe from some early guesses. That revealed in pretty much it kind of did, didn't it, Arun? Yeah. Some of the reveals again there is like, it's not giving much information, mate. Not giving much information. No, it's perfect. That's just RNG though. Maybe in future I could have it so that in the pack you can decide the order that those blanks get revealed in from the author side of things. But for now, it is just RNG until we get to super redacted, where that's the whole idea of the game. Is it's up to the bonus player to determine that order. So we've got Last, Hind, Yeah, Long, Love, and Saturday. It is none of those. Wet, though. is correct. Yes, Wet, 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 with a cover version of Love Is All Around. Yeah, Matt, I'll give you that. We were looking for a single word, but you got the single word. You just said it 3 times over, a bit like Beetlejuice. So I'll give you that for some points. 20 went the right way. Clive of Legend getting the best there, 1264. Then it was only 1257. Then Shapes 1199. Amy 1198. Just 1 point between the two of you there. And K-Jars for 1140. Wet leg, apparently, yes. It's wet leg. Wet was the answer we were looking for. Matt managed to get it from the Love Is All Around clue. I'll give you that. Right, 2 more questions to go. Here we go. Question number 4 is this. Which blank as blank blank, features in the name of blank blank that blank at blank blank? It also appears in the name of blank blank by blank blank. Time starts now. A game show. Interesting start. Selhurst. A 15th. Gemstone. Park. Richard. Traditionally given. Anniversary gift. Originally hosted. O'Brien. Plays home matches. The English. And finally, football club, which Jamstone traditionally given as a 15th anniversary gift, features in the name of the English football club that plays home matches at Selhurst Park. It also appears in the name of a game show originally hosted by Richard O'Brien. That's time. Oh, bloody hell, I jumped for Diamond. No, the Diamond is hosted by a certain Top of One Gaming. That one there. Will you start the fans, please? Let's have a look to see what guesses we've got. 22 went with Crystal. Absolutely, yes. The Crystal Maze and Crystal Park. Yes, something like that. Whatever. It's not... Sistel there, Puzzledan. You missed the R. Fine. Toppy, you're doing an and/or here. Palace, sorry. Palace, Jesus Christ, my brain is not working right. Crystal Maze and/or. Semicolon was a type. It was a type, was it, Topper? It was a type, was it? Well, it's not Crystal. The thing is, the answer's not Crystal Maze. You've given me the keyword of crystal. If I gave wet, 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 then I'll give... Yeah, I'll do that for Crystal Dome and Crystal Maze. Fine. But it's not anything else. Not Diamond, not Crypt, not King. No. But it is Crystal. We're looking for Crystal. The semicolon is an either or. Yeah. This or that. A or B. Options are... No. Go and play that over on Ben's side of things tomorrow. Is he actually playing that tomorrow? I actually can't remember what's on the list of games that people play. Is that on the list? Is that on the list? A or B options are... Yeah, it looks like it is. Risky business. Yeah, it's on the list. Speaking of... It says 10 hours a gatekeeper. But yeah, that's a callback and a half, isn't it? Shout outs to Mr. Royal _Flush, because tomorrow, starting from bright and early, 10 in the morning UK time, and he does intend to start at 10 in the morning as well, will be his 5th birthday, or at least Game Night's 5th birthday stream. And it's all raising money for Special Effect. All starting from 10 in the morning with Plinko the quiz. You've got Danger Zone at 10:30. You've got Money Box as a guest game, 11:30. Red Herrings at 12:30 p.m. Battlefront at 1:30 p.m. The Purge at 2 p.m. Another guest game, The Mole at 3 p.m. Risky Business at 4 p.m. Crossfire at 5 p.m. Face Off guest game at 5:30. The Abyss at 6:30. Guest game The Hive at 7:30. Hacker or Hacksaw at 8:30. The Escape Artist at 9, guest game at 10 p.m. with Buzz Off, and finally Distinction at 11 p.m. So yeah, you've got like 14 hours of quiz over on Ben's side of things tomorrow morning through to the afternoon, through to the evening, through to the night, all raising money for Special Effect. Do come and tune in if you can do so. Donate also if you can. As I say, raising money for Special Effect, and lots of games that you'll be able to play along with, and games you'll be able to also watch along and have a bit of fun with lots of guests happening on stream as well. The size of the squares on the schedule have nothing to do with how long they are, and it makes me furious, says Clive. Just the fact that some of the logos are wider than others, I suppose. But yeah, it is what it is. Angie Clive is Angie. Anyway, we have one final question to go to before I got distracted there. So final question time. Here we go. Good luck. Answers are... No, wait. I'm in Ben's patter mode right now. Here's your final question. What blank word connects blank blank in blank, the blank that blank blank to blank, and blank blank home to blank blank blank? Go! Six letter. Well, there you go. We're looking for a 6-letter word. Faithful. The West. Old. Oh, Proogs. You zigged. A US. National Park. South Korea. The geezer named... C. The second longest. Borders. River. And finally, China. What 6-letter word connects the second longest river in China, the sea that borders South Korea to the west, and a US national park home to the geyser, or geyser, named Old Faithful? Jumped too soon, says Conrad Lack. I think Proogs also jumped one too early and gave me half of one word, but unfortunately does not match the rest of the question. Hello there, Ben. You're fully lurking. Go and relax. Absolutely, do lurk, because you've got a very big day ahead of you tomorrow. I've already done the shout out and everything and talked about it. Yeah, do lurk, do relax, because you've got a big day ahead of you tomorrow. I'll try and get there as early as I can for 10 in the morning, and just keep an eye on things. Definitely will be there throughout though at some point. By relax, of course, you mean export and ingest question back. Yes, of course. That's what relaxing is, indeed, Ben. Right, let's have a look at some answers that you provided. Geezer, yeah, unfortunately, Geezer's not quite what we're looking for there. Not Geezer. Jeremy. 100 bits.
100.
Welcome to all those lurking, loitering, and lingering in the chat.
Thank you for the 100 bits there, Matt. Appreciate that. But yeah, it's not Jeremy. And it is yellow, though, Natter, though you gave me an extra hash, but I'll give it to you. Just watch your typing, all right? It is yellow. And it was all yellow. Nothing else, I'm afraid. It is yellow. Not 42 and not Old Faithful. Which brings us to a close then. 18 scoring points with Oren doing the best, 1581, Cetra 1537, Topper 1464, Natter 1429, and Colo 1388. That there is the end of the main game. Has Shapes done enough to secure the lead to go into the bonus round as the bonus player? Let's see who it's going to be. He has done indeed. Shapes our winner tonight on 19,220 doots. Congratulations. Second place goes to, now cut that out, 17,007 to you. Ralph gets third place, 16,350. Topper gets fourth, 14,960. Amy with 5th, 14884, and Zeus with 6th place, 14519. All of the other places have been paid out in the doots as well, so go and check those doots if you need to. But Shapes, it's going to be over to you to control proceedings. I'm trying to think, is this your first time doing this particular control round? Because I know Toot's done it a number of times and Mark's done it a few times. I think Ralph's done it as well on one occasion. But I don't know if Shape says it. This is your first time. Okay. Would you like the message that you need, your legend? Would you like it as a whisper in Twitch, or would you like it as a Discord DM? What's the best option for you? Because you'll need a legend to work from. You'll need a Discord message. Okay, let me find you on Discord. I'll send you the message now while I'm thinking about it. There we go. There it is. And boop, boop, boop. We'll do that. We'll see if that works out for the highlighting. Oh, I've got lots of extra things apparently. And that. There you go. There is all of the words that you need, Shapes. We'll give you those moments to study it and figure out what your strategy is as we go on into the final round proper. So Shapes has won the main game, but can he win Super Redacted tonight? This is the final question of the entire game, and it is Shapes versus everybody else. You will all see the question appear with many words and phrases redacted. It will be up to Shapes to determine the order that the redactions, the blanks, will be revealed in, and there will be more points at risk the more that are revealed. Shapes, you'll probably need to listen to me on stream when I describe how many points are available on the next rung up, because I don't have that visual right now. But it will start out, the first blank you reveal will be worth 5,000, and then it will work up from there. But if you can reveal 20 blanks, if there are 20 blanks to reveal and no one else can get it, then it could be 1 million doots. Could I DM the doot ladder as well? I suppose I could do, actually. Let me do a quick screenshot thing. Hang on. Do a quick screenshot for you. Boop. Yeah, there you go. That went on stream. Luckily, there's nothing special on that, but there you go. That's the Doots ladder as well, if you need that as an extra reference. So yes, it'll be up to Shapes to determine the order that things get revealed in. The more that is revealed, the more is at risk. Each time that a reveal has been made, there will be a 10-second cooldown, so Shapes can't just go and reveal all of them all suddenly at once and then just bail out and go. Must be at least 10 seconds between each reveal. And if Shapes is happy with where they currently are on the ladder and want to bail out, they then need to wait out a further 20-second cooldown to complete the bailout entirely. Throughout all of this game, audience, you are trying to answer the question properly. You will only need to give me a single word response, and there will not be any umming and ahhing on this. You must give me exactly the answer that we are looking for and nothing else. So spelling definitely matters in this round alone, because I can't do anything at all to validate the answers that come through. You will have up to 3 guesses each to make in this round. Once you have provided 3 guesses, that is it. You will be out of the round. You will not be able to participate any further. If 30% or more of you in the audience can get the answer correct, then you will win against Shapes, and you will claim what is currently in the bank that Shapes has built up. If Shapes can bail out before the 30% of the audience get it right, then Shapes will claim what is currently in the bank and will win the game. So that is what Super Redacted is all about. One question, Shapes versus everybody else. Watch your typing, double check before you send. Typos will not be condoned at all, correct. And because of this game's sensitive nature to answers being accidentally typed in incorrect places, we will put this game in emote only mode to avoid any spoilers being made in chat. So, Shapes, you'll need to whisper your answers. You'll be whispering a letter A through however many blanks there are. And everybody else, you are also whispering in this game. Okay? Good luck. Here comes your super redacted question. This blank is most commonly used to blank, blank, blank. Parts of it include blank and the blank. In blank, this word is used to refer to blank, 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 in and blank. Blank, blank, of blank, also known as blank, was blank. That refers to blank. The blank, blank, blank who had a blank with blank, blank has a blank containing this word. You have a lot to work from here. A through X. So, first blank for Shapes would be worth 5,000. We'll put 5,000 at risk. It's not that, K-Jarves, no. Decided to go with blank N, England. So 5,000 currently at risk. Also, I have changed it now, so the first blank is revealed for free. So it's still worth 20,000 for a solve in the audience right now. Previously, that would have gone down to 19,000, but I thought I'd change it so that the first blank is still for free in the audience side of things. Each successive blank revealed will reduce your pot down by 1,000 each time. That's guaranteed regardless of what happens with Shapes. King, revealed on blank L. If you get it right in the audience now, you'll get yourself 19,000 guaranteed. If you defeat Shapes right now, you'll take a split of 7,500 deuce. Shapes could walk away with 7,500 right now. But the next level up is 10,000 at risk. Some guesses coming in, they are not correct. Next one, end. Blank K is end. Currently 10,000 at risk. AB me! Getting that one right! Well done! You claim 80,000 for yourself. You could be claiming a split of the pot if you defeat Shapes. For now, you can just sit tight. Don't go spoiling the answer, though, for anybody else. Got some dancing eggs going on. Shapes, someone knows the answer. What's your next play? Next blank you reveal, it'll go up to 15,000 at risk. Other guesses coming in not quite right. Known by a name on blank P. Shapes now has 15,000 at risk. The next level up will be 20,000 at risk. Another guess comes through from Oni. Ah, it's not the right answer. And you know it's not the right answer, Oni. Object on blank A. Shapes is now at 20,000 at risk. Toot has got it right on their second guess. Audience currently at 6% correct. Get it right in the audience right now, you get 16,000 guaranteed, regardless of what happens. Next level up for Shapes would be 25,000 doots. Stanley Kirk on blank S. 15,000 available for a solve in the audience. 25,000 for Shapes right now if they want to bail, but go for another one, it's 30,000. Pyro's got it right on their guess. K-Jar's got it right on their second guess. 11% of the audience is now right. Conradalak's got it right. 14%, 16%. Last chance to get your guesses in. You may as well give it a guess right now. Zeus is right. 19%. Keep going for 25,000 dukes. Last few seconds, guess now. Manic's got it right, but that is not enough to claim the victory for the audience. Shapes successfully bails for 25,000 dukes. Congratulations, Shapes. Oh, it was a bit sketchy, though, and I think pretty much anything else you revealed at this point may have just given the game away to others, but bloody hell, AB me. Well done on such an early answer, though I suspect the particular wordage at the end of that sentence that was revealed at the time, well, there's not many things that talk about an end like that. Something in an end is a sort of a very, very weird thing you see in the English language. Not many things talk about it directly like that. Let me go emote mode only off so we can let you actually talk a bit. And let's have a look to see what the entire phrase is. So this object is most commonly used to strike nails into wood. Parts of it include the head and the peen. In curling, this word is used to refer to the last stone delivered in an end. King Edward I of England, also known as Longshanks, was known by a name that refers to this tool. The rapper Stanley Kirk Burrell, who had a 1990 hit with You Can't Touch This, has a stage name containing this word. It's hammer. Hammer was the correct answer. So, well done to those in the audience that did correctly identify hammer. You get yourself some doots for that. But Shapes correctly deciding to bail out on 25,000 doots. And yeah, I have a feeling that pretty much any other of those blanks to reveal probably would have given the game away to too many people, and that would have been the end of the game and you would have lost. But well done either way to all the parties there on identifying hammer. Of course, the Danish guy knows the curling term. You guessed crown, says Memento Mori. Oh, I mean that could have worked for part of it, certainly, but hammer was the thing that matched everything in the question. So there is the end of Redacted tonight. Thank you to Arun for a lovely pack of Redacted throughout all of that. Hope you enjoy that. Thank you to Polka Nuts again for proofing the pack. And yeah, what do you think to the altered ladder structure then for the scoring system? And potential other scoring patterns for the audience side of things. Possibly outweighing over on the audience side of things now, maybe, for earlier on in the game. Though it really does depend on how the final question is written out. Because sometimes you can get away with like revealing 10, 15 blanks and still not actually get to the meat of a question. But this one was a bit harder to actually discern any meaningless blanks out of the question, as it were. You wanted a ladder scoring system forever. The points going up linearly just didn't really scale with the amount of risk. Yeah, indeed. Do you think it would be crazy to let the author weight the blanks to say which ones were most meaningful? I don't know about that. Because the thing is, that's the entire metric of the game is for the player to determine what blanks are the most valuable blanks to reveal and to go the other way. So in which case, then if they're both doing the same thing, then they're both chasing low scores, essentially. It's a bit, it doesn't quite work. And you know where we get with subjectivity of difficulty levels. I mean, suddenly have subjectivity of which is the most valuable blank in a question. Suddenly it gets very wishy-washy at that point. So yeah. I know this is only just one run of it as well. We will probably need another run to see exactly how it all plays out proper. But yeah, it is done in a different manner. Considering that would have been worth... Well, how many blanks were revealed in total? We got to 25,000, didn't we? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would have been worth 60,000 in old money to Shapes. So does that feel fairer that that it was worth less than half of the original value? Probably, because he's starting to play more into the risk factor at that point. So I think that is fair compared to old money. Considering there's now 1 million doots on offer if you can go 20 blanks deep. 10 is worth 75,000, whereas originally it was 100,000. 11 is now worth 100,000. So they're about the same. That's sort of where the midpoint is around the same, but beyond that, it scales far faster than it would have done beforehand. Because then 12 is 125,000, 13 is 150,000, 14 is 200,000, which is where that would have been 20 before. 15 is 250,000, etc. So yeah, I just didn't want the beginning of it to be like damp squib territory. So that's why it starts quite high and doesn't really go anywhere to start with. That's why it's at 5,000, 7,500, 10,000 rather than like 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Because like 1,000 for a single blank is kind of like, what's the point? Yeah, that's the thing, is that the curve needs to match the difficulty of the question, and the same the other way. It's a very difficult one to balance out. But yeah, we've done enough packs now to sort of have a good idea of, you know, the kind of writing that is required to meet a certain number of blanks before people start getting it right. So yeah, so long as, you know, people have a good idea and a good grasp of that, then it's probably doable. It is difficult, granted, but doable. So yeah, that's all that. I mean, linear scale or exponential scale, either way, it would have had the same problem essentially. Thing with the linear scale is that you get more value earlier on, and then sort of less value later on. Whereas with the curve, now it is increasing value with increasing length. So it feels more balanced that way, even if we haven't done anything necessarily to control the difficulty of that. But anyway, you can talk about it, rant about it in Discord, in the Redacted Stream Ideas thread, and say how much of a bad idea it is. And then I just remove it and we go back to the old money style. But yeah, mine is based on a curve of 1.3x, for those that are interested in the math side of things. Again, rounded up and down to make the numbers make more sense. I didn't want it to be 1.5 because it felt like it devalued the early game too much, and I didn't want it to be 2x, because then that would devalue the early game really too strongly, and you wouldn't get anywhere to big numbers unless I made the final number absolutely enormous. I don't really want to go beyond offering 1 million doots for the bonus round, to be fair. I mean, obviously 1 versus 100 Dutch, that has several million doots available on the line, and Vault has the rolling jackpot with 250,000 added each time. But yeah, I don't really want to offer more than 1 million as a possibility. I mean, theoretically we'll never ever get to that point, but because it's there as an option. Well, yeah, Super Redacteds have always been at least like 16 blanks deep. This one is 24 blanks deep. So yeah. Remember what happened when we gave 2 million doots on one? No, I gave multiple millions of doots on one wheel spin mat. I gave tens of millions of doots at one point. So yeah, there were lots. But yeah, 20 is sort of like the ideal length because, well, I mean, look at the piece of paper. That's about as much content as you can sort of fit. Is around, well, this is 24 blanks, but you could easily have made that just 20 blanks by sort of concatenating some of the answers together. It's like Stanley Kirk-Burrell was 2 blanks rather than just 1 full blank. So yeah, you can sort of concatenate some of them together to make fewer blanks in total, or stretch them out to make more blanks in total. Anyway, I am whittering on and waffling on about stuff that people don't really care about, probably. Well, some people do. Clearly, you're talking about it in chat, but a good majority are going like, I just want to play a game. I don't care about all the meta and that. But yeah, thank you very much for bearing with. The next update to Redacted should definitely be a Hackbox update, though, alongside any other tweaks to this ladder format. So yeah, that's on the docket for next time Redacted. When is that next due on? I think I do have a Redacted queued up somewhere, or am I just talking at my arse? Do I have a Redacted queued up elsewhere? I do! June time I have it queued up, and May time as well. Yeah, May the 2nd and June the 6th I have Redacted games currently scheduled in Season 17. And Memento Miri, thank you very much for the 100 bits. Appreciate that. Hope you've been enjoying this stream tonight. Thank you very much for the love. So yeah, we do have 2 more redacteds in season 17, May the 2nd and June the 6th are those current dates in question. And we're going to get another alert with Matt the Ref gifting out sub there to Memento Mori. Matt, thank you very much for the gifted sub out there to Mori. I keep saying Memento Mori because that's the phrase I'm so associated with. It's Memento Miri. Memento Miri. I need to drill that into my head so I don't keep making the mistake. Memento Miri. Thank you very much for the gifted sub there, Matt, going to Memento. That brings us to a close on tonight's stream. Just the one game tonight. It is just redacted. What do I have for you next week? So next week's line of things we've got. Oh, okay, yes, we have things. So on March the 5th, warm-up game of Untitled Grid Game. We've got All Clued Up and Wipeout. And then March the 7th. Oh goodness me, got Cube as our warm-up game. We have Who Dares Wins. Next Friday, Who Dares Wins gets its maiden stream. Goodness me, that's going to be a thing, isn't it? And the 100,000 Duke drop also happening on March the 7th. Oh shit, yes indeed. We bring out the lists next Friday. The studio is mostly there. I need to do more stuff with the volumetric lightings to get them nicely animated and stuff. But the studio is mostly there. Most of the gameplay is there. The bonus round I still need to do a bit of implementation on for the money ladder, and I also need to do the hack box answering stuff for those playing along with the audience, but then that would be it. So that's basically my job this weekend, alongside watching Ben's charity stream on Saturday, will be finishing Who Dares Wins and getting that all ready to go. I love how everyone's putting 1 or 2 lists in, and then you went, let's fucking go. Here's 6. Yeah, I might also have some lists from the previous show, which I have updated for 2025. But because there are some reasonable lists to work from in there, they just needed to be updated. But yeah, it's not like I was doing this in 2023 and Matt's been doing a crap version of Who Dares Wins. Oh my god. So many people want to do Who Dares Wins, and if you do want to submit some lists, there is already a template available in the usual templates folder on my Google Drive. So if you do want to submit any lists for Who Dares Wins to be featured in a future stream, then do go and get the template and fill some answers out and fill some lists out. You can submit a Google sheet with multiple sheets in, which is the same list template copied multiple times, and submit it all through, and we'll maybe be able to add them into a future stream. Right. Wheelspin time. You need to get back into Unity. I just dragged myself away from OpenTTD, Prey. I kind of opened up a can of worms on that, especially with Tipster getting involved in that. I think I may have started a new thing. But either way, it is time for a spin of the wheel. So let's make that happen. And that one. Where's my OBS? Where is my OBS? OBS, there you are. Hi. I missed my opportunity. We'll do it again. I missed my opportunity to spin and everything. I missed the mark. Do it again. I'm so busy trying to find OBS. Let's do it again. Oh, it's me to decide things, is it? It's me. All right, then. What do I want to do? What do I want to do, folks? Yay, we win our own Ash! No, I am not to be won. I am not to be won. What do I want to do? 100 bits.
Tier 100.
It's a me, Bashio.
It's the most low-effort version of "It's a me, Mario," or whatever. Yeah, it's a me, Bashio. In the grid, do it. No, we've done in the grid quite a few times recently, actually. It's including that poll one where we just played it out for laughs. Do Aventura. I haven't got that ready, Topper. I've got loads of questions. I haven't got. I need to get the roulette wheel out again and everything. Do a lottery. You know what? Sure, we'll do a lottery. Because I need to test that the code works, don't I? I need to test that the Duke code works that got updated last time. So yeah, we'll do a lottery. Why not? We've got next to no coins. Well, that's your own fault, I'm afraid, on the internet. If you did lots of spending before, that's your own fault. Right, let me see about making sure that the Duke code actually works. I need to go to Heidi as well, make sure that is actually correctly up to date. Duke Bank. Bring everything over that way around. Games. Make sure that lottery is listed as a game. Lottery is listed as a game. Good. I can issue dutes based on the lottery. Fantastic. And let's open up the project. Make sure that it is issuing correctly on that token rather than broadly nothing. You should be able to save a copy, Matt, if you specify where to save to. By default, it chooses to save in the same folder that they come from, which is a folder you do not have access to write to. But if you choose somewhere on your drive to save it to, you can make a copy. Yeah, for some reason, Google changed that default, which is a bit irritating. Let's make sure that it is going to pay out using the correct payout methodology, which it currently is not. I do need to update the Duke Bank code. Okay, here we go then. I thought I did update this, but apparently I didn't. Let's go to redacted, because I know that got updated recently with the same code. So, scripts, data, Duke Bank. Open with Sublime, just the once. Fantastic. We copy that, we paste that, and we close that, and we minimize that. And it's now going to complain at me, saying that Duke Bank does not exist. Correct. Select again. Why are you complaining about Discord? Hello? Unity web request does not contain a definition for result and no accessible extension method. What? Hello? Huh. Well, that's new as well. Why is that happening? Oh, is this is an older version of slightly older version in Unity that doesn't accept this method. Fantastic. I hate it. In which case we're commenting out the code temporarily for that, because we definitely don't need it for this. And then I will fix it later on. I will need it for Who Dares Wins, but I won't need it for this. atb.dukebank.deposit, and we are doing a tuple create of tuple create string long. Is that right? Tuple create identity tuple create string long. Sorry, folks, about this. I thought I had this updated, but I apparently didn't. Deposit. Why is it like that? Tuple create that. New. Then tuple create string long lottery win on the lottery. That, I believe that is the correct. Nope, that's apparently not it. That's not on the list. No overload method select takes 2 arguments. Why do I have 2 arguments? That's not right. What, does it not end there? That ends there. There. 2 pull. Ah, that was it. 2 pull, string long. I think that fixes that line. And I think we're there. Yes, we're there. Announcer, do your thing.
What's the deal with lottery balls? I mean, can't you just work and earn boots for a living like everyone else? Like, come on, people. It's the National Lottery Draw live from space.
There we go.
I'm Toadboy123, the voice of the Blunderballs, and with me, as always, is Ash the Bash.
Hi, it's me, Ash the Bash. So, I need to choose, load the machine, and need to make sure that the redemptions are live. So, let me quickly go to the redemptions and activate them. Where are they gone? Twitch, where have you put them? Power-ups and channel points. You put them there, haven't you? Claim a lottery ticket. Claim a lucky dip. Claim 10 lucky dips. And claim 100 lucky dips. They are now active, so you should now be able to redeem them. He says. Should now be able to redeem some tickets. For those that don't know what kind of lottery we're drawing here, it is based off of the old National Lottery 1 through 49. We will pick a total of 7 numbers out. You need to write down a string of 6 numbers, each from 1 through 49. Or, of course, you can choose a lucky dip, where it will pick 6 random numbers for you instead. Again, in range 1 through 49. Why do we draw 7? Because the 7th number that's drawn is the bonus ball. If you match that alongside some of the other balls, then it can increase the payouts that you get. Speaking of the payout, again, I'll quickly reel off the payout information that we have. So if you get me just 1 ball matched, you do get 100 oots for that. But if you match that along with a bonus ball, you get 500 instead. If you match 2 balls in the main line, that's 1,000. 3 in the main line, it's 5,000. 4 in the main line, it's 10,000, but with a bonus, it's 50,000. 5 in the main line, that's 100,000, but with a bonus, it's 1,000,000. And 6 in the main line, if you match all 6 numbers in the main line with your 6 numbers, you will get 10 million doots. Ooh, I don't have a new... I actually do have a new sound somewhere on here. I just don't know where it is. Is it this one? No. Is it that one? I'll take it. It's that one. we have an applause sound. I think I do have an ooh somewhere. That's a laugh. Nope. Apparently, I only have that one really as a woo. With applause, etc. Alright, fair enough, we'll go with that one then. But yeah, it is just a simple lottery based off of the National Lottery. The odds do not reflect the payout structure that we currently have. That very much is certain, but we'll see. I'm hoping that this time it will actually show all the dukes that get paid out properly. It did actually pay them out previously, but they didn't get ledgered properly, so I didn't actually see all the details that came through. I'm hoping this time it will actually come through properly. Oh, hang on. What have I been editing? Which? Have I been editing the right thing? I mean, it was complaining about errors and then it's gone away. Oh, because that's there. Oh, yeah, helpful icon there. Thanks, Visual Studio. I just want to make sure that it is actually going to do the right thing when it does it. Because it failed here. It failed on the deposit and all just went a bit wrong. So that's why it didn't actually do all of this sequencing and didn't show us who actually got what. Hoping this time it actually will work when this line works. So, yeah, there you go. Hopefully it works. Last chance to claim some tickets. People maxing out. It does look like we have kind of maxed out here. So, with that, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close, close, and close, and close, and close. And that is the ticket office now closed. Thank you very much for all of your purchases, and may all of you have some good luck in this draw tonight. Let's go over to our lottery machine and make sure I press the big button that says release the big money balls and not unload the machine and unload all the tickets. So it is time to release those big money balls. God, I hope the code works tonight. The balls have dropped. And away they go, getting mixed up, mixed up, mixed up. All in space, obviously. Because where else would you have a... where else would you have it? I'm seeing an exception come through, which is unfair. Oh, emote manager, that always happens, though. Okay, are we ready? It's time for the draw, live from space. Dated 28th of February 2025 at 22:30 UK time. Good luck. Let's make the draw happen.
And the first ball is 32.
The tension.
And the second ball is 7.
Okay.
And the third ball is 12.
Okay. Nice mixture here.
And the fourth ball is 11.
And then an adjacent number.
And the fifth ball is 35.
35. And finally,
And the sixth ball is 26.
26. But of course, we've got the bonus number.
And the bonus ball is 36.
36. There we go. Here are the payouts. Oh, bloody hell, see you. And Daddy. And here are those numbers in ascending order. 7. 11. 12. 26. 32. 35. And our bonus is 36. Well, look at all that. Zeus got like 300k, I noticed. BC with 586,000 toots. Whoo! Big payout there from BC. Anybody else beat that? I don't think so. That's a very big payout for 500,000 toots. Yeah, that's the biggest payout I can see. In fairness, I put in like 2,000 tickets. Clearly doing the odds there. No stranger to winning the lottery, of course, no. But yeah, there you go. There's all of the doots paid out, and I hope you were lucky this evening. Having 500,000 doots so early on in a very short season, it's definitely going to work out quite well for you there, BC. Yeah, just look to the board and wow. All change at the top there with that lottery there, and it all now seems to work properly, which is fantastic. 64k is good for a short night. Yeah, it is, isn't it? It's good takings. Right. That brings us to a close on tonight's stream. I hope you did enjoy Redacted tonight. I hope you enjoyed playing the lottery as well. Who do we have to go and raid into tonight? Let's have a quick look. It's obviously going to be Jeremy something that we use as our raid message. Obviously, we've got Spud that's currently live right now, watching some Ed to the Pole Crystal Maze from the looks of things. But is there anybody else to go and watch as well? Let's have a look. Anybody else in the quiz show category? There is someone from over in France. Yes, it is a French streamer. Back and qui va remporter le trophée? Je ne sais pas. I don't know. Anybody else alive right now? Have a quick look. Go live streams. Jeremy. Who are these people? These are not my followers. These are people I follow. What's going on? Following live. Is there anybody else I have a quick look into right now? Yes, Topper. That's a typo, isn't it? We'll go and raid into Spud, and choose your own mun. Choose your own Jeremy mun to go and raid in with. Okay. So we'll go and raid into Spud, and you can have Jeremy, and then fill in your own blank mun, or Jeremy. That might work if I typo correctly. So that. Do whatever blank you feel necessary there. Jeremy something man. And we'll go and raid over to Spudgun, who is now on Viewer Confessions at the moment right now. Match game, music intensified. Dum, 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 dum. All right, I'll see you next week for some more quiz nights. Until then, take care. Have a good rest of your weekend. Do tune in on Ben's stream Saturday, whenever you can. Donate if you can as well. I'll see you over there. Night.